Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I'm in the server room again today, and I've got another new server from Dell. Now you can see this is extra long box, so you can see how much longer the rails are to that normal server box, or the insert anyways. So this insert is just power cables in a book, but here's the rails, extra long. So here's the server, and this is a PowerEdge R760xd2. So you can see I've got a bunch of local drives in there. So this is actually going to be replacing my backup server, and but I thought I'd show you guys what's inside before I get it racked. So let me get this camera down and start taking it apart. Okay, so the first thing, you got this here. We're just going to push this down and push forward, and this just comes out. And if you push or you pull this up on either side, and we got another hard drive bay. So when I got a hold of our rep, I just gave him the serial number off of my old one, and the price wasn't bad for a server, but this is what he gave me, and I didn't need this, but this is what I got. So, but anyway, you can just push that back down and click those. And then the next item, turn my microphone again. We've got this here, so you push these two buttons and that slides off. And then we've got our all of our cooling fans here in a nice package. These should keep it nice and cool. And you can kind of see, part of the motherboard here. But let's put these back in. I'm not sure what goes here. There is an open spot and there's some foam there, and it does come out. I just don't know what it's for. So, but while this is off, the back, we have some of those little turn screws here, which I've already loosened, and then you push these two little levers down and push it back. And here's the motherboard. So we've got a fiber card here. This is a fiber card, and I believe this is the RAID card. So this shroud is held on with these three screws. There's three screws. There's two on either side there, and then this one. I've already loosened those up just so we can take this off. Maybe I didn't loosen them up all the way, but there we go. We don't want to break anything. Yeah, that's loose. There we go. So here's the two processors and the memory. And really, that's all there is to this motherboard. I mean, it's not really much different than my old server, other than the extra space up there for hard drives. We'll put this back down there. But, you know, and then here's the back, in case anybody wants to see that. There is two 480 gigabyte, I believe these are Boss cards. I've got two 1400 watt power supplies, but that's the server. So I'm gonna get the rails installed, and don't look at my dirty floor. I'm gonna put it up here in the top of this rack just because of its size. That thing's almost, it's just shy of 3 feet long. So I'm gonna be taking up all the real estate here. And I figure if it's on the top or the very bottom, then I don't really have to worry about too much as far as getting, you know. But you know, here's the server I'm replacing. This one is an R760xd, and I still haven't carved out all my drives out of this new shelf, and I have a video on this if you haven't watched it yet. But I'm going to be carving out the drives on the new backup server on this shelf, and then I'll just do all the migration that I need. So for now, let me get these rails out, get the rails in, and I'll show you what they look like, or if I had to do anything weird. Okay, so here's the rail for the right side, and you actually have to put the back in first. So you can see this clip right here. When you pull it all the way back, it'll undo. And then you pull it forward so it can lock to the rack, the rack itself. This is long, and then on the front, let's pull this back in. Sorry, I'm one-handed here. So on the front, when you go to put it in, you just pull this over to the side. You can see. And then you're good to go. So let me get this one installed, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I was looking at these rails, and you know, you got your first two little studs on the server you can put there, but the third one's back here, and I'm actually thinking that we need to take them off. So I've already taken this one off, and then you know, once we get this on, you know, this will just go in like this. So to take these off, you know, you have this here. You know that you pull this other white one here, and you can pull that out. I'll just set these down here. Like that. So, you know, I know these racks are adjustable, but let me take you around the back and show you what we're looking at and why I'm putting this at the top. Okay, so this is the back of that rack. And you can see this is the back of that rail, so that server is going to come to the back of that. So when I close this, you know, you can see there's not much room. So, you know, I don't know, if you've got an older Dell rack or something like that, you know, maybe there's room, maybe there's not. There you can kind of see that clip that I was telling you about. Kind of clips on there. You know, it's on both sides. So yeah. So I think what I need to do next is see if I can find some help. You know, I think I'm gonna pull the door off of the server rack first. I think that would be smart. And then, you know, we can get these on, but I think I'm gonna put these on the server. So, okay, so this is the right, and then we go to the front. So we're gonna just put this on, and then like that, you can see that locks. If you need to take it off, you know, you just lift that up and you can take it off. So I'm gonna do that on the other side, see if I can find some help to get this server up there, and we'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, there it is. It took 3 of us to do it, and I just guided it. The 3 of the guys said, "Oh, I'll help." So we got it up there. It's in the top of this rack. I put it all the way to the top. So to take it out, you know, it has these little clips here, and there's a screw in there. I can screw that in, which I probably will later, but on the front, you know, you got your USB, your power, and all that, and there we go. So let me show you the back. Don't mind my dirty floor. I already told you that in the last video, but here it is in the back. So that's how much room that's how much room we have, but we do have room for all of our cables. You know, my fiber switches are right here, so that's handy. You know, my tape library is right here, you know, and then my SAN's at the bottom, but you know, and I've got power here, so you know, I've got 2 there that'll go into that. But there it is. So I'm not sure what else I can show you on this. I'm glad I could bring you along, but that's going to do it for this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and go ahead and watch that one on my SAN. I'll see you next time. Bye.